Laura A. Grace here, the author of Dear Author, Letters from a Bookish Fangirl, Team Lines of Poetry Collection, and Fine Guide Animated Devotional for Otakus, which is free on a variety of platforms. I'll leave a link down below in case if you'd like to check it out. Happy Wednesday, my friends! I'm so excited you're here, and are we in shock here? Because it is August, and I'm just like, what happened to the rest of the school year? Or year, I should say, because my kiddo's school starts next Wednesday, which is pretty surreal in itself. I'm like, oh my goodness. But hopefully I'll have more time to film some more videos because I've had some ideas just sort of like stirring in my brain. I'm really, really excited. But let's stick to the day's point, which is today is Top 5 Wednesday. And if you're not familiar with Top 5 Wednesday, Top 5 Wednesday was formed by Lainey back in 2013. The group is now since on Goodreads, and I'll leave a link down below if you'd like to check it out. Our current host, Alex, has been creating a series of prompts for Wednesdays, and basically on that Wednesday, we answer a said prompt and then share 5 books, or in this case, manga, that reflect that said prompt. Today is really, really hard, okay? I'm just gonna throw it out there that's really hard. It is called Halfway There, and this prompt is all about it's halfway through the year. What have been some of our favorite titles thus far? I can say 3 right off the bat, hands down, no struggle. But the other 2, I was like, I don't really know. I was like, I think I know, but I was like, there's been so many good series this year, and I'm sort of like, which ones would take the top, or in those 2 to be in my top 5? So I'm gonna wing it. I'm pretty sure that the first 3, I said hands down, I definitely know. And we'll just go ahead and do the top 3 in no certain order. I must say, Spy X Family. Oh, yes. I love Twilight so much. I love this manga. It was amazing. It was so good. I've read volume 1 twice. I'm definitely going to be rereading this when volume 6 or 5. Volume 6. I feel like I'm missing. I am ready for October, guys. I am ready to read some more Twilight. Oh my goodness. I love this fake family that's really a family so very much. It is amazing. If you need action, you need feels, you need a sweet, adorable little main character, yes. Spy X Family has your back. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. And definitely go check out my fangirl ramblings where I got super duper passionate about our main character, or just our main family here. I love them to pieces. It is just such an incredible story. I could gush all day and totally be okay with that. But we have to go into the other 4. So let's go to number 2. There is a volume 5. I just missed picking it up because I was like, I'm pretty sure that volume 6 is coming out this October. I've looked more than one time to make sure that it's still releasing October. And yes, so just disregard me and my nerdiness. I'm looking forward to volume 6 this October and rereading volumes 1 through 5. And because 5 I do own. Now, back to number 2. For number 2, I'm super excited to just feature this one, and that is Play It Cool, guys. I love this manga so much. Like, this is my, man, I'm having a hard day. I need something to make me laugh, and I go to Play It Cool, guys. I love it so much. It is a colored manga. These guys are just some of my favorite characters. They're so funny. They're so relatable, and they're so sweet. Like, oh my goodness. I'm just always so happy reading them, or reading their story. I've reread volume 1 more than one time, probably 3 or 4 times at this point, and the same with volume 2. These are just stories that or manga volumes. As soon as I'm receiving it in the mail, I am reading it that same day. I did the same thing with Spy X Family, and I did the same thing with my number 3 that I'll feature in a moment. But these guys are so dorky that they are cool, and that's part of the blurb, and they really are. They're dorkily cool. If you just need some cute dorks and that are just funny and relatable, check out this series. I highly recommend it. I have 2 separate videos for Play It Cool, guys, of me rambling about volume 1, and then rambling about for volume 2. There we go. I'm so excited. I'm struggling to talk here this morning. I'm so sorry. But I love this series so very much. But let's go into number 3, another precious series that has been taking the manga community by storm, and rightfully so, A Side of Affection. Oh my goodness. I am disappointed that I have not shared my thoughts on volume 2. I read it twice the same day that I got it, because this is just one of those series. I did the same thing with volume 1. I do have a fangirl rambling of volume 1 up on this channel. I highly recommend this series so incredibly much. Like, it is I was gonna say the sweetest series, but so funny. I'm reading Honey So Sweet right now, and like that has like the sweetest characters I've read. Like, they are definitely cinnamon roll characters, hands down. But A Sign of Affection is absolutely amazing. It is definitely in my top 3 for sure this year. This series is just, I don't know, Yuki, I mean, she can't hear. She can hear very, very little. And I think she said in volume 2 that like she can't hear the sounds, or like she can't hear the words, but she can hear sounds, if that makes sense. And just her love story, I mean, it just melts your heart. Like, it hits you straight in the heart. Our main dude, he's really awesome. I really like him as well. Even though at times I get frustrated with him, I'm like, you need to look Yuki in the eye and tell her what you're saying. Don't voice your thoughts, like, turn to the side so she can't see your lips and can't hear what you're saying. Like, don't do that. So sometimes I get frustrated a little bit there, as I just shared, but it is so heartfelt. It is so beautiful. It is a very moving love story. I highly recommend it if you need, how is it? Josei, I believe, is like the older, it's above shoujo. It is so good, clean, wholesome. Oh, has all of the feels. Highly recommend it. For number 4, I'm really excited to spotlight this one. I have been talking so much about how I'm going to read this. I'm going to read this. And I finally read it, guys. I finally did it. I believe my video review is coming up next Friday. And I have to look at the title because it's super long. And that is, I was reincarnated as the villainess in Otome game, but the boys love me anyway. Yes, I finally read it and I loved it. I did put in my review, like, on Goodreads. I did, I think, a rather lengthy review, to be honest. I did a review on there, though, that I have to reread this again to make sure it is in some of my top 5 reads this year, because I think the thing is I was really struggling at the time that I read this, and so this was, like, the perfect, feel-good, lighthearted story that I really needed at that time. It also really surprised me because I was really expecting there to be something different, because I'm pretty sure it's a reverse harem, and there were like a lot of guys, though we only meet 2 of the 4 currently. Sorry, I'm trying to look for a picture here. All right, here we go. Let's do this one. The nice, beautiful colored page at the beginning. I loved it though a lot. Like, it's really, really good. Our main girl right here is so sweet. I just was really shocked how much like I could relate to her. No, I'm not a reincarnated villainess, just to throw that out there. But just the things that she does and how she wants to just protect her family and her friends was very heart-moving and very, very sweet, and I just love the changes that she is making to the game to not only keep herself alive, but again, to be there for her family and her friends. It is really, really good. I'm so excited to like ramble all of the things to you guys next week because it is excellent. I'm sort of like, Laura, you should not have waited so long to finally read this, because it was just everything that I wanted and more, but didn't know that I was needing, and was really, really good. For number 5, this one I actually feel pretty confident in because I did do a video on this, and it's unfortunately a digital only title, but that is When We Shout for Love. Oh my goodness, it was so sweet. It was so adorable. I really need to go back and reread this because it just swept me off my feet like the weekend that I read it. It's only 3 volumes. I love the first 2 a lot. The third one was good, but the first 2 are the best. But if you need like all the music vibes and just the first love vibes, like this one delivers in all of the best ways. It was so very good, and I'm sort of like, Laura, how could you not include this in your top 4? Because I really, really enjoyed it. Like, I was on cloud 9 as I read this manga, and I love when you're so wrapped up in a story and you're feeling it so strongly that you just like forget everything around you and you're just totally sucked up into this world. That was definitely that reading experience that I had. It was probably one of the best and most exciting reading experiences I've had with manga. And I've had so many good ones, but when I think of like, wow, like this went above and beyond, it is definitely my top 5. Like, because it reminds me of A Sign of Affection, where it's just very beautiful, very heart moving, and it just hit all of those right beats and those moments where I was so happy to read it. I was so very happy to read it. I know it's a digital only title, but man, it is so good, and it has like dancing in it as well. And ever since like I did that reel with the pins and I danced to BTS, I have been like really enjoying dancing to music again, even though I'm like totally embarrassed and only do it by myself. So I felt like that was another special thing about this manga, and seeing just the main character step out of her shell and just be brave and do something that she loves to do, and that is singing and that is dancing and just music as a whole. It was so very good, guys, so very good. And I'm pretty sure that that concludes my top 5 reads so far for this year. I'm pretty sure that the top 3 are going to be that way even at the end of this year, but who knows about the others. I love these titles so very much. I highly recommend every single one of them. And just if you ever like, I don't know what to read, choose any of these and you will be swept away in an adventure. It might be a different kind where some is action, some is shoujo, some is music, but I can guarantee, hopefully, that you will love it, my friends. Let me know if you've read any of these and what are some have been your top 5 manga titles that you've read this year. I would love to hear from you, friends. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and thanks so much for watching. Say bye!